All right, so today you're going to be learning about the Pueblo natives. These are Native Americans who live in the mountain and basins region. So if you look here, you can see that it's dry. You see mountains, hills, etc., etc. That's where they live. On your notebooks, you need to make sure that you put the Pueblo natives, this part right here, as your title. Please make sure that you are splitting your screen. If your screen is not split, please do so now. You need to be able to see your Nearpod and this video at the same time. The first thing that you're going to do is go through this video and you're going to listen to it, pay attention, and answer the questions.
All these questions.
The first question, if I can pull it up, says, looking at the photo, what were the clay bowls most likely used for? A, to carry water, B, to store a surplus of food, or C, to wear as decoration? What is adobe? A, rocks, B, concrete, C, ocean, or D, clay? All right. The Pueblo people kept their religion and traditions when Europeans tried to conquer them. How would trade help the Pueblo keep their culture or way of life? In other words, when Europeans came, they tried to take their land. How could the Pueblo people keep their beliefs if everyone went to trade where they were? Next part. Write these 3 words in your notebook. Leave enough space because you have to search the definitions on Google. So you'll type in irrigation definition in Google and write it in your notebook. You need to look up these 3 things. It says on the next few slides, you'll find a short reading. You need to make a gist of that reading. A gist is a 1-sentence summary or the most important thing or idea from that reading. So this is what you're going to be making your gist on. It says, village life was established at the river meeting the Spanish name La Junta de los Rios. These settlements were supported by agriculture and trade. The transition from nomadic hunting and gathering lifeways to permanent village life appears to have still been underway when the Spanish arrived with old world crops and livestock in the 16th and 17th centuries. La Junta was a cultural crossroads where farmers and hunters, nomads and villagers, peaceful and aggressive native groups came and went, mingled and traded, celebrated and conspired. It was like no other place in the mountain and basins region. Natives from all regions except the coastal met here to trade. Even Mexico traded in the Texas native region. Write a 1-sentence summary of this reading. What is the most important word or most important sentence? For this, you have 3 questions. 1, 2, 3. You need to answer these questions using this map. The first question says, what is closer to La Junta de los Rios? Irrigated farmland or rugged mountains and canyons? If you look here, irrigated farmland is the little lines. So this part right here that looks really gray. Rugged mountains and canyons are these little, I guess, like triangles. That's here, here, and here. The first question wants to know what's closer, the irrigated farmland or the rugged mountains and canyons. Number 2, why might natives from Texas and Mexico come to La Junta de los Rios to trade? So, La Junta de los Rios is here. You have Mexico here, and you have other natives in Texas here. Why are these 2 groups coming down here to trade? Number 3, how could irrigation change the resources that the mountains and basins have? So irrigation, if you looked it up and wrote down the definition, you know that irrigation means that water is brought closer to the land. So these little things were made to bring water closer to La Junta de los Rios. If you have water closer to a city, what might that change about the land? That's question number 3. 911, y'all. I'm over here choking and dying. Okay. This one says, make 2 sections and label the sections before irrigation and after irrigation. So in your notebooks, you're going to put 1, 2, 3 before irrigation, 1, 2, 3 after irrigation. You need to tell me 3 things about land before irrigation comes and 3 things after irrigation comes. You can use the pictures on the next slides to help you, but you should know how land would look before water is there and how land will look after water is there. This open-ended response wants to know, was this before irrigation or after irrigation? Type or say your response here. This question wants to know if this happened before or after irrigation. Type or say your response here. Lastly, you have your exit ticket. On the back of the exit ticket or the back of your notebook page that you wrote on today, you're going to answer these 2 questions. You do not have to write the question, just put A, B, C, or D. It says, based on this excerpt describing the Pueblo people, which geographic concept is represented? A, the contrast between absolute and relative location. B, how goods and ideas are exchanged through movement. C, the relationship between physical and human geography. D, how the different cultures can influence and shape one another. Number 2 says, a key feature that made Pueblo groups different than the other American groups of Texas was their A, nomadic way of life, B, refusal to trade with outside groups, C, practice of agriculture, or D, adobe structures. If you finish early, please go and get your page from Friday, your advertisement, and finish that, or get on Lexia quietly.